gig journals. Very nice. What was I going to say? I was going to say gig journal.
Hey! Good morning, handsome gentlemen. Good morning, lovely ladies. It is Saturday morning. At like 8:30 a.m. This is a quickie. They called me the other day. This is the farmer's market we're gonna do. Gig journal. I have no idea what number, but yeah, these are fun gigs to play. And last night while I was watching the Florida Panthers hockey game, I put together a couple of songs. Went through the songbooks. I've not played acoustic guitar. I don't even remember when I last played acoustic. Is that how you pronounce it? Acoustic guitar. I've been playing acoustic guitar. I don't even remember last time I played acoustic guitar, but because I've been playing electric tellies and lead type guitar, electric stuff in the Water's Edge band for the last several months. And the last acoustic gig was probably last year. What is this, May 17th? There's the threat of thunderstorms in the sky. Big clouds over there. Over here towards the east, it's a little clear, but all those clouds are headed towards the east, so coming out of the west. And that's the weather report today. I hope I got everything. I got two guitars. I got the JT22 Tyler amp, a little effects pedal board, two songbooks, two coffees. I just left Bella Shih Tzu back at the house. I've got the little XU10 Yami mixer. I just put a little reverb on my voice and run the guitar and the vocals out their PA system. I think they've got a little, what is it, Samson or whatever. Is that what they're called? So I run the guitar and vocals through their PA, and I've got my guitar amp with the guitar shooting through it in the back. And I run both the Guild D50 guitar, and I bought Chi-Chi, here comes the rain. I bought Chi-Chi the Telecaster. So I've got an acoustic and an electric guitar. Let me put these wipers on because I can't see doodles. And some lights. Wow, it's really raining already. Woo-hoo! Baby. So, and there's a little setting on the back of the JT. Is it like a presence switch? I'd have to do some research on exactly, but I know that John from Tyler told me to, there's a stop sign there, told me to set that, I think like a quarter of the way up for acoustic guitar and all the way up for electric guitar. So, and I might have that backwards, who knows. When you're a gigging musician like this, and then, you're used to playing with a certain setup, and then you go back to your acoustic setup like I am today, there's a lot of variables. But I try to keep it simple. Of course, I do have a lot of pedals, but in the, people say, oh, why did you need all those pedals for? Just plug into an amp. Well, in the Water's Edge band, I kind of, I'm a Fender Rhodes keyboard sometimes, on some songs, or a Wurlitzer piano, or Wurlitzer organ. You know what I mean. I can play the steel drums on my guitar if it comes down to it on like a song like Margaritaville. And you got the if we're going through effects, I've got a tuner I've got a couple different distortion pedals and Nobles. This is on the big rig. Nobles and a Timmy pedal. And then I've got a Phase 90, the TC Electronics mini chorus pedal. You need the digi delay on some songs, you know, to give it that eerie feeling or that echo. I've got a tremolo because the Tyler 2020 amp doesn't have, you know, any vibrato tremolo type stuff, so I use a pedal for that. And it also doesn't have reverb. It's just a straight stock amp, the 2020. So I add a reverb, a TC mini reverb on there too, and that's the main pedal. Oh, and I've got a little, you know, Crybaby wah on there too, which is used for some songs. And the other smaller pedal board that I attached to that main pedal board has the Electro Harmonix Key 9 or whatever, and that's where I get the steel drums and the Wurlitzers and the 55 key, you know, type different keyboard sounds. And I've got a sub and up TC mini pedal there to get the 12-string guitar for songs like Handle with Care or some, you know, certain Tom Petty songs, or you know, if you were to do a Bird song, you want that 12-string twang. And then I have a flanger, which I use it very, very limited. Get over there, this guy's crossing over the center line. And then the final pedal, I think, in that run is the after the flange is the compressor, which, you know, I don't leave it on all the time like some people. I click that on when I want a little more sustain in maybe some of the leads and things. And that's my pedal setup. Anyway, I'm rambling on, as I usually do. Yeah, this is, again, you go, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining here, but you go through all this work. Sometimes you rehearse. I didn't rehearse for this, but you do rehearsals, you pack up a whole carload of stuff, you get your list of songs together, you trim your fingernails, which I still got to do. All the prep stuff, and then the darn rain comes, and, you know, I don't even know if I'll set up if it's pouring like this. And it looks kind of nasty over here where I'm headed. Oh well. But then again, I've played in the rain too at these things and had a good time. But it does put a, no pun intended, dampness on the crowd. And anyway, we're headed up towards Charlotte, North Carolina. Just about to cross over the South Carolina. And ladies, lovely ladies and handsome gentlemen, may you have a lovely weekend and be kind to others. Be happy, filled with joy, and make sure to eat your bacon and your eggs. Ha! All right. Talk to you. And as fate would have it, I've got some Susie Q, Creedence Clearwater on in the background here, live at the Woodlands, is it? I can't see. Live at Woodstock. Oh, Woodlands, Woodstock. This is from Woodstock. Good tune. I get there and everything's, they're packing up the tents and the chairs and everything. So they started packing up. A big round of storm came through up here and lots of lightning. So the storm was a little stronger up here in North Carolina. So I just pulled in the parking lot, said hi and goodbye, basically. And I've got a truck full of equipment here that I am just driving back the 10 miles or whatever I just drove. And this, my friends, is, what did they say? Part of the game? Dr. Shank. What is the term?
Kiwi juice. Kiwi juice.
This is part of the deal. It's brain freeze. You know what I mean. This is the way it goes. That's the way that it goes. Everybody's buying little baby clothes. Yeah, the rain is still coming down here. Hang on. So that's just the way it goes. What else can you say? You win some, you lose some in this situation. That's the gigging musician. If you're doing outdoor gigs, the weather is always a factor. And even sometimes if you're doing indoor gigs, things like electricity, if the power goes out and you're doing an indoor gig with the storm outside, you're up a creek basically there too. So there's all kinds of, like we said earlier, variables that affect what is going to happen, or if the gig itself is even going to happen. So, on one hand, I really wanted to play. I like performing at the farmers markets. There's fun people there, good people, and I get a chance to experiment, noodle around on my acoustic guitar and my electric guitar, have a fun time, play some songs I haven't played in a while, or new songs, experiment. And on the other hand, I get some time back, and I can go do whatever I need to do back at the house, or whatever. But yeah, well, some people might say, oh gosh, is it worth the you're not getting paid a cent because you didn't show up, you didn't perform. Well, I did show up, but you're not performing, and you packed up this truck, you rehearse, you do all this, you put all this effort in, and some sitting at the other side of the table might say, is it really worth it? You do all that work, and what a pain. I would rather do something else. Well, yeah, that's up to each his own, up to the individual, and no idea where I'm at. So, yeah, like I say, it's all a part of the game. I said that already. And now we just head home and pack all this junk, or unpack it all, load it into its place inside the house, and we're done. I guess I'll still put this video up. It was a gig, and this is, well, it was a canceled gig, and this is a gig journal. But you'll have 10 minutes of me talking, which is what you usually get anyway, right? I hope you enjoy it. You're enlightened, enthralled, encompassed, enhanced. Oh, now we've got Summertime Blues, Bruce Springsteen. I'm sorry, I don't like Bruce's version. Give me, is it Eddie Cochran and the Who's version, Live at Leeds, is where it rocks. Is that Eddie Cochran, Summertime Blues? I forgot. Gosh. Yeah. No offense, Bruce, but I'm turning that off.
Kiwi juice. Kiwi juice.
I'm trying to think of other gigs that I've had canceled. I remember back in the old days when I played with Diseased Media, when I had that band back in the early 80s, we were playing a club down below South Street in Philadelphia, and it was a very small club. We were playing upstairs, the bar area. So people would have a drink downstairs, come upstairs to see the band in this little area. And we were really loud, and it was kind of a neighborhood place. I don't even know if the guy had a permit for the little bar. It's kind of like he opened up his place, and, we were doing a show there, collecting door money, and I'm singing into the microphone, and several police just walked into the venue and came up the stairs, and while I'm singing, I remember the policeman taking the microphone out of the mic stand while I'm singing into it. So that was kind of an immediate cancellation. The neighbors had complained about the noise. There was another party we were playing in the Mr. Vague band. It was like a Saturday afternoon party in a neighborhood, and I think that got shut down because of a noise complaint too. I don't even remember if I think the police came to that. So these are canceled due to loud volume type examples. Oh, and then there's always the one thing that I didn't mention, the double bookings. You know, I remember I showed up at Cedar Hollow Tavern it's up there like in Malvern, Pennsylvania, over there. I think it's Malvern, a nice pub. I showed up there with all my gear, go in to set up, and oops, there's already somebody set up. And so I sat at the bar and they gave me a couple of beers, and then I went home. And I remember, I think at Vintner Wine Pub, or Vintner Wine Market, I remember going there, and some girly singer was there already set up. She did like Taylor Swift songs, or she was a Taylor Swift wannabe.
Hey Taylor, how are you? It's V-Man. You know, I saw your hair on one of the YouTube videos and it's beautiful, you know. You pop up out of the stage.
I remember her saying, what did she say? I've got to go out and get my baby. And I'm like, what the heck are you talking? And she was talking about her guitar, like it was a living entity.
I've got to go get my little baby.
Anyway, I left. I didn't stick around for that one. I think she still performs in the Charlotte area too. I hope things are going well with you, darling. No offense, I'm just telling it as it is. Right, Dr. Shank?
Oh, jeez.
What other cancellations have we had? Let's see. I think there's been several others due to the weather outside. That's all I can remember. Gosh, what is up with the traffic here? So I'm going to leave it at that. We're going to unload this truck, maybe have another cup of Java, and then we're done. We're done with the music for the day. Hope you all have a good weekend. Hey, Rick Beato. I heard Rick Beato watches our videos too. Dr. Shank mentioned that to me the other day. I think he might have gotten an email from Rick Beato. I'm not sure, but we watch Rick Beato's videos. They're good stuff. And Rick's doing a lot of videos along the same line, the dismal state of music, talking about how current pop music and rock music is just kind of, well, Rick does a couple similar videos on that too. And he did one the other day about it being fractured. There's so many, and I did a similar one before too. So we're both talking, we're down the same pipe, you know what I mean? We're coming out the same funnel. Yeah. Okay. Bye.
I'm sure Mr. Vague, I wasn't there, but I'm sure Mr. Vague had a swell time and entertained everyone to the fullest. Very, 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 very likable.
Did the band sound good? Were they jamming, rocking? Yeah? Into a cosmic galaxy.
So many gigs. can subscribe by clicking that little subscribe button in the corner.
What's your problem?